Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back once again to the Craft Theory server. It's been quite a while since I recorded, and the server has gone on and done all sorts of interesting things. You can see the background here. We did have a little build competition for 4 seasons. I'll poke around some of those real quick. You can see a full rundown, I believe, on Monkeyworks channel, where he looks over all of the judged entries. In addition, apparently, my own to-do list has been building up, as have the pranks, I hear, on the Craft Theory Slack channel. So let's go take a look around at what's been going on, while I remember exactly what all these things do. This was my wife's entry, sort of the Up house from the Pixar movie Up. Not sure why she has a pool here, but she got all these banners custom made, or made them herself, I'm not really sure. Sort of a Halloween theme going on here. Springtime with the flowers and the grass. It's a little cramped, but, you know, it gets the point across. That's supposed to be a wreath. It doesn't look like that in her, in the texture pack that she uses. It's really angly and weird and awkward. I like the little tree, though. It's a nice touch. Good job, dear. Moving along, we'll just hop out of here. Over here was my entry. A little tongue-in-cheek, as you can probably imagine. There are 4 seasonings here. If you consider sugar a seasoning, it's a bit of a stretch, but I was pressed for time. But yeah, that's that's my entry. 4 seasonings on a lazy Susan here. If only these could rotate. Yet there is no rotation in Minecraft. Nothing significant anyway. Another one of my favorites is the merry-go-round over here. I'll show you this real quick. Then we'll jump through the Nether. Show you some of the new things in there. And then carry on our way. Yeah. It's ours. In a minecart, going around a track. Because why not? I like the decoration too. The blue glass here for the top, got all that stuff over there. Not sure what the pattern there's supposed to be, but it's really cool. Winter, spring, fall, summerland, petting zoo. Be careful, we bite. Yeah, I can imagine. Chickens are vicious. Well, let's hop through the Nether and we'll take a look at the things I've been up to, as well as some of the others have been up to in my area. Be right back. So here we are in the Nether Hub, Rockville Jordan's design, aka Altainia Minecraft. Still really like it. I like to stop and admire it every once in a while. It's really organized too. In fact, I know I have sort of a working base down green here, and I have a home down blue. We'll go this way first, because apparently something has happened in that direction. Now, this was undecorated before. I just kind of carved it into the rock and then stopped playing the game for a little while. As you know, it's marked out with my name and the word base. Excuse me, Mr. Pigman. And, paintings. Lots and lots of paintings. And a really nice floor. Enter with care, bunny escape artist within. We'll see where this takes us. Now, this was sort of the first place I had established on the server. It's a little desert island on the mesa. Well, it's in the mesa biome, technically speaking. I'll show you. We'll go take a look. Hello, Mr. Bunny Rabbit. See a little food area here. This is a lot more stocked before, obviously. Kind of moved out. It's not 800 rabbits. Left me a couple things. So I'm guessing that that's the prank. It's a fair prank. I mean, it's left here by Mary, aka Shirubakame. And I guess what she did, she was inspired by an idea I had. In that I wanted, well, jokingly at the time, 800 carrots and 2 rabbits. And I was going to breed them and expand them and fill somebody's base with them. It's a fair start. What's interesting, and something she might not know, is that I was sort of trying to establish this island as a sort of nature preserve. You can see a lot of it is grass. It wasn't that way before. This was, in fact, a mesa island. You might be able to tell by the stained clay here. It's like all those islands out there, but bigger, obviously. And I started filling with grass. Why, you might ask? Because I need red sand for a project I'll go ahead and show you a little bit later. And in addition to the grass and the grassy bits and all the flowers, and Mr. Pigman here, apparently, I also started breeding some horses. Horses are fairly scarce on the server. People who watch the other players' videos will know that the borders are limited. It's not an unlimited world like other servers. There's a world border. We're not able to get past it. And horses, well, I mean, they pop up often enough, but for example, there are no donkeys. Because there are no donkeys, there are no mules, which means I cannot have a Bert on this server, which is kind of sad. Now, an odd quirk of horses that I have noticed is they tend to drift west. These guys weren't always on the islands. They started over there, where it's grassy and green and nice. And I guess they just wanted to go for a swim and hang out on their own private nude beach. Can't blame them. I want to show that off too. But regardless, I've just been going around replacing all of the red sand on this island with grass and dirt. Letting the grass grow across the dirt, obviously. And I'm most of the way there, and I think I've got as much red sand as I need. But I'm still going to keep going with this little project. I should be saving some of these guys, because I don't think there's a way to save these dead bushes. Well, grow these dead bushes. And I think someone's actually been digging up some red sand before I had the chance, because there are gaps here and there. Over here, is the location of my first death. We are working on the water monument right over there. Yeah, stuff's really close quarters here. And while this did have obsidian in it at one point, it was full of lava. I was walking along, not paying attention, of course. Fell right in. Good times. First death on the server, my own stupidity. Second death, you might have been watching the Spleef tournament recently. After the first episode, Monkey Work was clowning around in the Nether. Fired his bow at me. I had no armor. The bow is enchanted. You can imagine how that went. Gonna lay in bed a minute here. So it's daylight, it's a little easier to get around. I've also been working on a little system down below. It's technically not cheating, but there is a way to exploit a glitch in the game to convert one type of sand into another type of sand. Because we have so much red sand and no actual deserts, I've been converting red sand into yellow sand for my wife. Now it turns out she didn't actually need all that sand, so I'm just going to leave it that way. But yeah, not 800 rabbits. What are the couple? Oh, yeah, the nether brick and stuff. Alright, I'm going to take this with me, and I'll show you why in a few minutes. I don't think there's anything else here I really needed to show you. Got a couple contraptions in the basement. If you're really interested in that, leave it in the comments below. I don't need that. I'll worry about that stuff later. Yeah, if you really want to see that, let me know, and I'll show it to you in another episode. But for now, we're actually going to head over to Spawn Town. I'll show you what's going on over there. I cannot speak words. Is it? Spawn Town, of course, right in here. Now, there have been a couple changes to the portals in Spawn Town. Specifically, one of my first horses, and so far the best one I've had, suffocated in the solid wall that used to be back here. That angered me, so I removed it and left a sign. Then I guess someone went ahead and sort of expanded the area that was around the portal, because it used to be the fence just led right up to the wall, and the wall cut straight across, etc., etc. But now, you know, it's a nice little park, place to relax, with the constant thrumming of the Nether portal. Yeah, it gets annoying after a while. I don't know why you don't want to relax here. Let's go ahead and hop over here. I mean, we've taken tours of the spawn town before. There is a new addition. It is the clock tower up top there. I'm going to grab one of my horses here. Yes, I have had horses since the whole losing my horse thing so long ago. Grab this guy. I have yet to name him. I have yet to think of names for him. So, if you viewers, words again, have any ideas for horse names for the Craft Theory server, I had Ernie, who was my main sort of racehorse in the on the unnamed server, and a cousin of Bert, the mule, oddly enough. So if you have any ideas for new names for horses and mules and donkeys when we eventually find them, let me know in the comments. Oh. Huh. Apparently these, change color. That's kind of cool, actually. But yeah, we have a clock tower up here. Just gonna take a closer look out here. Not much to see inside, as far as I know. It's pretty much just a bunch of floors. I like the poppies. They're a nice touch. But yes, the clock tower always shows 9 o'clock, as far as I know. I don't think it changes. Worry about that another time. I'm gonna race on to something I've been working on and see something else that I haven't along the way. If I can find a safe way down. And over here, you may remember our semi-automated farms, still going strong. Mojang has yet to nerf them. Over here, Rakveljourn, again aka Mark, sort of redid our animal farms. So you can see here we have the chickens there, we have the cows, so a little pen over here. Someone left some leather and some beef behind. We'll take that, thank you. And we have all of our many-colored sheep. My wife's been taking advantage of them lately to build various things. I keep hitting my head on these. Thanks, Mark. Ow. I'll have to talk to him about that. Perhaps even upgrading this to some red sandstone or stained clay. But we'll hop across the bridge here. Oh, before I cross the bridge, actually. Back this way, if you follow the arrow, there is a little helipad and a helicopter. Just sort of a decorative kind of thing. Looks kind of nice. Another Rakveljourn creation. I like the use of the half slabs for the chopper blades. That's a nice little chopper. I like it. I might have to create something to compete with it. But hopping back onto the road and around the other side here, I do have plans to sort of expand the road network. As of right now, there's no real good way to travel from place to place in the overworld, which I prefer, personally. You might remember I built the road network on the unnamed server for what little we had. But just past the old hedge maze here, we have something that might look a little familiar. That's right, I'm building it again. But this time, I'm going with 2 columns, more to make it a little more Golden Gate-like. That's still, stone brick and still cobblestone, half slabs all along the way. As you see, it's nowhere near done, and I haven't extended cables down to the road bed yet. But eventually, once we go all the way across, I mean, the walkway, or the roadway is done. But once it's complete, it's going to extend up here. Got this whole thing mapped out based on the map on the site, crafttheory.net. Go check it out. See what everybody's uploaded. But it's basically just going to cut across the little bay here. I think I'm building something in the bay, too. Top secret. Extend up along the coast, build a coast road down that way as well, eventually lead to Monkey Works place, where he's been rather actively building things. Go check out his channel. He's done some really interesting stuff. People have done some interesting stuff at his place. It's neat. Sun going down again? No. Okay. But yeah, eventually this will be essentially I don't want to say it's a twin, of the Bridge on the Unnamed server. But because it's based so heavily on that design, I decided to name it the Unnamed Memorial Bridge. Sad to say, the Unnamed server hasn't seen a whole lot of activity lately, and there are talks to possibly shut it down. It's sad, yes, but we built a nice community. A lot of people have moved on to other servers, like my wife and I on Craft Theory here, as is Mr. Biznardum. Don't know how active he's been, though. And, this will be a memorial to that place. I have another little surprise that I'd like to put over here, sort of as a mascot, but that will wait for another time. I've adapted changed the layout a little bit, especially of these sort of braces at the end. But yeah, now I've got lots of goodies. In fact, I'm going to drop some of these goodies here off. We have nether stuff. And we will conclude the video. So there you have it, folks. That is the Craft Theory server, what it's been up to, and what I've been up to. It's nice to be part of a truly active and friendly community. Not to say that the unnamed community wasn't friendly. It did have its bad eggs, but what community doesn't? But regardless, it's nice to be part of an active server again. All sorts of fun things going on, contests, stuff like that. And I will be trying to get back on here more often to finish up my bridge, finish up the road network, and possibly show off some other wondrous things. But in the meantime, as the sun sets, everybody, have a nice evening. Oh, hush. Everyone's a critic.